This is the SF Productions Podcast Network.
Time may be running out for your favorite show.
From the Pop Culture Bunker, I'm Mindy.
And I'm Mark. You can check out our audio podcast, How I Got My Wife to Read Comics, on iTunes or on our website, sfpodcastnetwork.com. So we're coming up on TV's May sweeps, which means it's decision time. Which shows to save and which to cancel.
And, you know, this year, it seems like a lot of the shows are ending really early, and a lot of the renewals came really early.
That's true. On ABC, in terms of shows already saved, they actually haven't saved any. ABC had a pretty bad season, so they're really trying to regroup.
Yes, but there are a number of shows that will be renewed. We pretty much know, like Castle, which is one of my favorites.
Sure, Castle, Modern Family, Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, Once Upon a Time.
You know, we really hope Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is renewed.
I think it's going to be renewed because
all indication seems to be that it will be.
Sure, it's an expensive show, but it is so important to Disney's overall strategy.
Yes.
that I think even if it was getting half the ratings it's getting, it would still be renewed.
With all the tie-ins to the movies.
Right.
You know,
it makes no sense not to. And all the complaints from earlier in the season, I think they've fixed a lot of that. And they're really moving more toward, as you said, tying it into everything going on.
Scandal will be renewed.
Yes, no question.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, likely for renewal, Goldbergs, The Middle. We've got Resurrection, which I kind of like, but you haven't watched it.
I haven't watched. That may be one I go back and binge watch later.
Right.
But
Last Man Standing.
That's a comedy, right?
Yeah, that's Tim Allen. And Suburgatory and Revenge. And then there's 5 shows on the bubble right now. Mixology, which is on after Modern Family. It's pretty new. It's only had a few episodes so far. We watched like 5 minutes of it.
Yeah, it wasn't for us.
No,
but,
not really. Trophy Wife, which we like, but it's a very expensive show to produce.
It's got a lot of bigger names for TV.
Exactly. So you're paying for that, and it's a big cast. So that's the question as to whether because it has not done all that well in the ratings. It's done pretty middling.
Well, you know, I kind of like it, but it's not one that I would miss if it went away.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's something we get around to.
Yeah.
We seem to. Super Fun Night, which we detested, and apparently the lead has said they're going to significantly retool the show if it gets renewed.
The thing about that one was that it was never aimed at us.
No,
you know.
No. Then we have The Neighbors, a show I really love, but it's a show that probably should have been on ABC Family. It would have probably done far better.
Yeah, I really enjoy it now. Of course, when it started, I wasn't really watching it.
Right.
But now we watch it all the
absolutely.
time. We really like it.
Yeah. And then Nashville. Again, a show is probably very expensive to produce.
Right.
So, and it's done, again, middling this season. It hasn't done it nearly as well in the ratings.
And if they're rebooting Heroes, maybe Hayden Panettiere wants to go back to that.
There you go. So over on CBS, it's pretty much the opposite. In terms of shows almost saved, almost everything. And they were the ones who very early said, yeah, we're renewing just about everything.
Yes.
They had a really great season.
But, you know, the other thing about CBS is very few of their shows are available for streaming easily.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You can't, they're not on Hulu.
Right.
You can't get past seasons of things either streaming.
Right.
So, I don't know if that plays into this in any way at all. Maybe people feel like they have to watch them.
They have to, because this is going to be their one opportunity to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the old style television here. And that makes sense because generally CBS has the oldest audience.
Yes.
So, shows that have been renewed already. Big Bang Theory, Blue Bloods, Criminal Minds, CSI, Elementary, Good Wife, Hawaii Five-0, Mike and Molly, Millers, Mom, NCIS, NCIS Los Angeles, Person of Interest, 2 Broke Girls, and 2.5 Men.
And, you know, quite frankly, why they're renewing some of those is a big question mark to me.
Yeah.
2.5 Men? Yeah.
I think they just want to make...
Ashton Kutcher?
No, I'm thinking Laurie. What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Chuck Lorre. I think they want to keep him happy, is the only reason. And then there's 3 shows on the bubble there. There's The Crazy Ones, which I'm okay with, but Little Robin Williams goes a long way.
Thinking that that's another one that if it does come back will be retooled quite significantly.
I'm betting. Intelligence, which is fairly new and it's not really caught on as a procedural.
Yeah.
And then The Mentalist.
Which is really an old show.
Right.
And they've sort of played out their main idea of, Red John, the serial killer.
To the point they had to jump forward in time.
Yes.
And completely redo the show during the middle of the season.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure that it warrants a renewal.
Right.
There's another show I like. I love The Mentalist, don't get me wrong. I would continue to watch it. But...
Yeah.
It may be played out.
Yeah. Over on NBC, a few shows have been saved, almost all of them dramas. Blacklist, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and Grimm. And then Parks and Recreation is the only comedy that's already been renewed.
I'm glad about Parks
Absolutely.
and Rec. I love that show so much.
Yeah. Likely for renewal, Parenthood, Law and Order SVU.
Oh, I think they should just get rid of that now. I tell ya, you know what? Mariska Hargitay, yeah, we know you can act. You don't have to prove it every week. I'm sorry. I hate that show now. I used to love Law and Order. I watched Law and Order SUV for a while.
Yep.
Now I hate watch it. If I watch it at all, I hate watch it.
Just to show them, I'll watch it, darn it. And then there's two comedies about a boy and growing up Fisher, both of which just began
pretty much after the Super Bowl.
After the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I wasn't that impressed with either one.
No.
But maybe they were just getting into their swing of things,
Right.
It could get much better.
And then on the bubble, Community, which I was shocked got renewed in this season.
Yes.
But the the motto is 6 seasons in a movie for the show.
Yes.
And so this would make it 6 if they go one more season. And they've really done some excellent but bizarre episodes this season. And if you haven't watched the entire rest of the series, you're completely lost.
You're not getting any new viewers
No,
at this
absolutely
point.
not. Only the people who are willing to binge watch the rest of the show and get caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's Revolution and Believe. And both of those are, again, kind of middling, and I'm guessing are not cheap to produce.
Yes.
Yeah. Over on Fox, a number of shows have already been saved. Bones.
And that's the one I was referring to with The Mentalist. It's really gone past its prime.
Yeah.
I still watch it.
Yeah.
I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
I like the characters. But the basic conceit of the show, with her being, an aloof, doesn't understand people, scientist, she got around that.
Yeah.
She's married and she has a family now.
Right.
And she was starting to get along with people, but they realized that didn't work, so they made her the way she was at the beginning and taken all the character development out.
Right.
So it doesn't work anymore. Just cancel the dang thing.
Yeah, the show's run its course. Bob's Burgers, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is a real surprise.
You really thought you wouldn't like that.
I did not, and I think I and most of the audience and the network are pleasantly surprised. They didn't think that was going to work, and it's done very well.
And didn't it win
Golden
Golden Globe?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Family Guy, The Following, Glee, another show that I'm sure has run past its due date. Mindy Project, New Girl, Simpsons, which will never be canceled until one of the main voice actors passes away.
Or Matt Groening.
Yeah, exactly. And Sleepy Hollow, another surprise show for Fox.
And for us, too, because Mark didn't... I don't think we thought we would like that one as much as we do.
Right,
So.
And that's a very good show.
Mm-hmm.
4 shows on the bubble. Almost Human, a show we like, but I think it's very expensive to do, and it never got the ratings it was going to... that science fiction on television, unless it does really well in the ratings, it's not worth doing.
It does seem to me like they could do a few things different to make that a little bit better show.
They could do more world building, which they started to get into as they got through the last episodes, and less Monster of the Week type things.
Yeah.
Or Tech of the Week, or whatever you want to call it. Dads, which was terrible.
Well, it was almost universally panned, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then it just stayed on and
I think
stayed on.
because Fox doesn't want to make Seth MacFarlane mad. I think that's all it is. They want to keep him happy.
I don't like Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, well. And then there's Rake, which... a show that kind of got bounced a few times. It was going to come on, and then it didn't. And now I think that kind of lost all its momentum. And then Enlisted, another show that really got bumped several times, and now all the stories are saying that most of the cast has already signed up for other pilots.
Right, and I don't even know what that is, so
Yeah.
there we go.
Well, and speaking of shows we don't know a lot about, over on the CW, only 2 shows that we watch.
Well, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Arrow and Supernatural.
Yes.
The rest of the stuff is absolutely, well, and frankly, even those are not in our demographic, but the rest of the shows are really not in our demographic.
I'm kind of surprised Supernatural was renewed. They've been talking about canceling that for several seasons.
Right.
But I think it just has such a big fan base of the desired demographic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then other shows have already been saved. Originals, Reign, and The Vampire Diaries.
And the Originals is a spin-off of The Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And then likely for renewal, we have Heart of Dixie, Tomorrow People, and The 100. We watched a couple episodes of The Tomorrow People, and then
that
we
might be
gave up on
something
it.
that we would come back and watch if we found out that there was actually something to it. I don't know.
Yeah. Then on the bubble, Beauty and the Beast, Carrie Diaries, and Star-Crossed.
Yeah, I think Star-Crossed was that stupid one. Do you remember that one about the teenagers and one of them was an alien? I'm not going to be watching that one. It's really not in our demographic.
No.
But if we're in your demographic, you can check out our audio podcast, How I Got My Wife to Read Comics, on iTunes or on our website, slpodcastnetwork.com. From the Pop Culture Bunker, I'm Mindy.
And I'm Mark. Thanks for watching.
Bye.